Hello everyone, my name is Dr.A.Seenu, working as a professor in Sri Vishnu Engineering College for Women. In today's video, I would like to explain how to build a tip calculator app using JavaFX components. So here we have to use JavaFX software, so which is not available with the Java SDK. We need to download it separately. Then you can use it in your computer. So for doing this, we need to search for JavaFX download in Google. So that gives so many links. So there is a special site called Glue On. So where this JavaFX software is available. Based on the Java SDK version you are using, you can download the corresponding JavaFX software. So I'll show you that how to do that. So open Google. Here you can type Java FX download. So you'll get so many results here. Actually, JavaFX open jfx.io is the original site where this software is available, but with some user-friendly kind of things and components. So we prefer to download it from this site called Gluon. So from Gluon site you can download it. So this is the site gluonhq.com. So if you open this link, here you can see there are so many different kinds of versions available based on the operating system OS. So for Windows or Mac OS, Linux. So for different kinds of operating systems, you can have different kinds of files available. So most of the people uses Windows. So for this Windows, so, and the x64, that is Microsoft 64-bit computer OS for SDK. So, this is the download button. So, if you just download, click on that download button, your file will get downloaded. So, into the download folder. So, this is the download folder over here. So, here it will be actually get downloaded. So, you need to copy this, or you need to extract the files and you need to copy this into the C drive here. So here actually I pasted that file JavaFX SDK 17.0.16. Now your system is ready to run or create JavaFX component programs. So for that, so in today's task is like we need to calculate a tip calculator by using JavaFX components. So we need to write a code for that. Then you can open command prompt. Then you can run your application. Then you can see the output and all. For this, what you have to do is like you need to type this program. So this is the program actually. If you have a program, you can just copy and paste it in the notepad and save it on the desktop. Or if you don't have this, and you need to write an entire program, this entire program. Look here. So this is the entire program. This can be put in notepad. So in search button, type notepad. So notepad is this application get displayed. You open this here and select a new tab. Here you can paste your program. If you don't have a program, you can just type your program here. and later you need to save this code. So save this code or save as. So this opens a kind of a dialog box here. Here you need to put your class name as a name of your program. So my class name is a tip calculator app. So I have to give the name as a calculator app dot java and select the save as type as all files. Then save this. So when you click on the save, your file will get saved on desktop. So I already did this actually. So you can see here, this is the tip calculator app program, right? So then what you have to do is you need to open your command prompt. Since our program is stored on desktop, you need to go to that folder cd desktop. So here actually we need to compile our code actually. But for this actually we are not installed JavaFX software. We just downloaded and we saved it in C file, C folder. So we need to set a module path, which is a special kind of an alternative path for class path mechanism. Previously, for running Java codes, we have to set an environment variable called class path. So from Java 11 onwards, actually, this class path is replaced with this module path. So we need to set that module path. For this, we have so many commands and all. I'll show you that command actually. So look at here, this is the command. We need to type this at a command prompt, which is a javac hyphen hyphen module hyphen path. And what is this command is all about is javac is the one like Java compiler command to compile our Java code. And this hyphen hyphen module path is a special path name that is used as an alternative for your class path. So since we have saved this JavaFX SDK file in C drive, so we need to specify that path C colon JavaFX SDK 17.0.16 slash library. So this will help you to find out all JavaFX modules, jar files and all. So we use so many JavaFX built-in classes, interfaces and all. So that will be found here at this JavaFX SDK 17016 slash library. And then we are using kind of a another kind of a command called add modules, which is JavaFX controls, JavaFX effect, FXML. So these are the actual different kinds of applications that controls contains various kinds of GUI components like buttons, text fields, radio buttons, etc. And FXML is a kind of a JavaFX code for XML things, right? So we need to add those modules to our program. Then this is the name of the file, that is the tip calculator app.java. So you need to type this at a command prompt. So I'm just copying from here and pasting here and press enter. If there are no errors in your code, so again you'll get the command prompt cursor blinking. So if there are any errors in your code, that will be displayed. So since I don't have any errors, so I got my cursor back. Now again to run my application, I use the same command for class file. So I remove that .java, and again for executing a Java code, we have to use the JVM tool. So that is only Java. So we remove C. So by removing C from Java C and by removing .java extension from the file name and then hit on enter. So this will opens our tip calculator graphical user interface. So where you can give values and calculate tip. So look here, actually, just look into this tip calculator output. So what it is, there is a title called tip calculator on top of your window. So you can see here, this is the tip calculator, and there is a welcome message, welcome to bill calculator. There is a label called bill amount, and below that there is a text box here where we enter the bill amount in number format. We need to enter only digits, we cannot enter in words. So I entered 10,000 here, and there is another label called tip percentage, and below that there is another text field where I can mention like 5%, 10% or something. So I am giving it as a 10%. So 10. There is a button called calculate tip. So when you just click on this calculate tip, you can see that a tip amount out of for 10,000, the 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. You can see here, and the total bill is 10,000 plus 1,000, and total is 11,000 amount is displayed here. If you just look at this output, actually window, output window, so you can see different kinds of components. So just clearly observe this output so that when I try to explain my code, you can get to see like how actually we generated this output. So this is how you run your code and how you can show that how this tip is calculated by using this javaFX components. So we'll move on to the code part. I'll explain each and every line which actually developed this tip calculator. So this is the code actually. So look at this code. This is the JavaFX code that is actually used to develop the window that actually you just saw the output. So here you can see the first line. This is the import JavaFX application, right? So this is the application actually. So what is this is like why we are importing this is application class is the one which is actually available in JavaFX package. So application class should be put it as a parent to the main class of your code. So we have to have this application class. Then there is another class called stage here. Stage is the one like we have saw that a window kind of a structure. So if you just draw a frame across that window kind of a structure, that frame is actually called as the stage. And inside that frame, whatever we actually saw, the total area inside the stage is actually called scene. So we need to import that scene class also. So what we are what we have done here is we imported application class, we imported stage class, we imported scene class. Then what we need is for creating labels, for creating text fields, we need controls class or control kind of a class where we can see these buttons, text fields, and all, which are available in JavaFX scene.controls package. So we want to include all the controls. So we just put it as a dot star so that it imports all the classes. Then we are using a layout that is VBox, that is vertical box. So we also imported that VBox. So these are the classes and packages we need to import into our program so that we can create that tip calculator. And the next one is the driver class name or the main class. So which is actually written as a public type. And the name of the class here is a tip calculator app, which is the name of our program also. And it extends application. So here you can see application is the parent and this tip calculator is the child, right? So what is this application class has is it has a method called start. So this is the start method. So this start method is available in application class, but we need to override this. We need to override this. So that's why we are using this annotation called at the rate override and public void start, and the parameter for this start method is the stage object. So stage class object is the stage. So that is this line. So this is the start method. So in this start method, so the first thing we actually doing here is we are creating a label called welcome and new label. So label is the name of the class, welcome is the object name. So label, and here we are putting the initial message as welcome to bill calculator. If you just remember that, so and if this is our window, actually there is a welcome message here. So welcome to bill calculator, which is printed on top of that window. So that is this one. So for that we are actually creating this label welcome, new label and all, right? Then we are creating a bill label called bill amount. Okay, it's a bill amount, which is another label. So the first initially we are actually creating a welcome label, then we are creating a bill label. I'll show you that here. So look at here in this particular place, in this output, you can just see here there is a title called bill calculator here, which is a label. There is a label called welcome to bill calculator here. This is the label, and there is another label called bill amount. For these two things, we actually created two labels with this welcome to bill calculator label and the bill amount label. Now coming back to this code part. So these are the two things we actually discussed. They are the bill label welcome and bill label here. And the next one is called the text field. Text field means the box content where actually we actually typed the amount 10,000. So this box is called text field. It's called a text field, right? So for creating text field, so we are using the class name called text field, and we using bill field as the label, object label or object name, then new text field. So it creates this box kind of a structure, and after that we are actually creating another label which is a tip percentage label, and we are labeling it as a tip percentage, which is a label, and again we have a text field tip field, which is another box. So if you can just look into this particular output, you can come to see these things. Look here. Here actually what we are saying here is a bill amount is one label and there is one text box. There is a tip percentage, another label, and below that there is a another text box. So these are the things actually up to these things we actually created those commands. So coming back to the definition here, and the next one is we need to use a button. So here you can see we have used a button here, button, calculator button, new button, which is actually a button kind of a thing. On top of that button, we gave a title as calculate tip. There is a button, if you just see into that output, actually there is a button called calculate tip. So which is a button actually that is created with this line button, calculator button. And below that there are another two labels which displays tip amount and as well as a total bill amount. Okay. The first one is the tip amount, which is displayed with percentage 2f tip, right? So what is this percentage 2f tip? 2f means we want to put two digits in fraction part, and for this we are using a string format method, and there is another string format method where we are displaying the total bill, and this is also having a two digits in the fraction part. And if you just look into this code, we actually written all this code inside a try block. If you can just look here, you can see this thing here. That is, we actually written all this code inside a try block. Why? Because is there may be a chance that instead of entering 10,000 in terms of digits, if we have actually entered the bill amount as a textual form, like a 10,000 in textual form, so this will catch that thing, which is a number format exception. You can just look here. It will find out that number format expression in the case where you actually inside this text box, instead of writing 10,000, if you have accidentally typed it as a 10,000 text, so this will identify this thing, it will consider it as a number format exception, so it will catch that number format exception and it will give us a invalid input message on the screen, so that we can change that 10,000 and we give the amount in terms of digits only. So this is the try and catch blocks where we have used here, right? And coming to this remaining part, which is creation of a vertical box and all. So we want to create all these things as a first there is a label that is welcome to bill calculator, and there is another bill amount, and below that there is a text field, and below that there is a tip percentage, again there is a text field, again there are two labels for printing a tip value and as well as total bill. All are arranged in a vertical kind of a sequence. So for this we need to use, or for this we will use the component as a V box. So vertical box. So look here we are taking the class V box, which we are calling it as a root. The object name is root, which is a new V box. And here you can see we just added all the names of the controls we actually written previously. And here the number 10 represents spacing, so that means each component is spaced with a spacing of 10 pixels. And you can see here welcome is a label, bill field, tip percentage label, tip field, and calculator button, and there is a tip label and total bill, that we actually put all the names of the objects that we are actually putting inside a VBox. So that is another thing we need to do that. And after doing this we need to create an object for scene class. So scene is new scene, and you need to include this thing. The VBox object name is root, which is written here, and the size of that total window is 500 pixels, 500 pixels height, 500 pixels width. So these are the height and width. So we need to specify that in the scene constructor. So this scene constructor will create this entire calculator window with a size 500 by 500 pixels. Then we need to set this scene into the stage, because this total, I already told you that this border of this window is actually known as the stage. This is the stage. And inside this we call it as a scene. So scene means inside things, and the border is actually called the stage. So if you just look here, here you can see stage dot set scene is scene, and this is this object, right? And what we have to do is stage dot set title tip calculator. If you just observe that previously there is a title here which is on top of the window, tip calculator, that is this thing. And after that, if you want to get this window to be displayed on the screen, we need to write it as a stage dot show. So we need to use this method called show. So we need to apply that on the stage object. So stage dot show will make this tip calculator visible on the screen. And after that we need the main method, obviously. So public static void main string args. And for launching this start method, or to start this start method and get this window on the screen, we should call the method called launch. So launch will launch this calculator onto the screen. So finally, you know that this is the output we actually got here. So for your better understanding, I'll try to give all the things here. See this black color thing, this black color frame is the stage, and this entire place is called scene, and this is the label. Label what? Tip calculator. And this is welcome bill calculator, this is also a label. And this is, and these are the text fields, this one and this one, this one and this one, all these things are, all these things are labels, this one, this one, this one and this one. And again, this is button. So button labels, and all the labels, text fields, all these things are called GUI controls. GUI controls. So this is the application we actually developed. So this is how we have to create this tip calculator using JavaFX components. So hope you understood the concept and experiment. Hope this is helpful for your studies and your knowledge. Thank you very much for listening to my class. Bye.